ASMR Coffin Radio.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Coffee and Radio. I am Heartthrob Rob, and today we are talking about WWE's Most Wanted Treasures, Season 1, Episode 3, Jerry the King Lawler. The synopsis here is, Jerry the King Lawler hunts all over the country for items related to his infamous match with Andy Kaufman with his debut robe and crown on the wish list. The King must decide if WWE is worthy of obtaining his royal wardrobe. Cool little episode here, man. We've had, the Kane and Undertaker episode, and then we've had another previous episode. But as we come into this episode 3 with Jerry the King Lawler, the Mankind episode, that was the other one. As we come into this third episode with Jerry the King Lawler, they go over a lot of history here, man. It's cool to see all the Memphis style wrestling that they have. All of the history is just so rich in Memphis. I mean, they do bring up super valid points. Obviously, we're bringing up first off, Jerry the King Lawler is fucking amazing. Like they say, it's just one of the GOATs, to be God honest with you. I mean, from in-ring work, to mic work, to being a commentator, to being a promoter, to fucking a character that just works. He's never had to super evolve it. He's never had to really leave Memphis until the 90s. He was on fire for 20 years. And he was also one of the first guys to mix professional wrestling and sports entertainment with Andy Kaufman. And Andy Kaufman, bro, people don't realize that motherfucker was kayfabe when kayfabe was kayfabe. You understand me? He was kayfabe in comedy. So when we get to meet up and mix with wrestling and comedy the way he did it, absolutely perfect. Andy Kaufman, for those who don't know, came into Memphis at the end of the 70s and did intergender wrestling. So he was the intergender champion of the world. So he would get girls in the ring, and he's fucking like $165, soaking wet and wearing boots. And he's wrestling girls and taking them down, and he'll pay $1,000 to any girl that can beat him, but he won't wrestle a guy. So as he comes into Memphis and makes fun of their wrestling, Jerry the King Lawler, who's literally the king of Memphis, comes and straightens him out. He does they have their match finally, and Jerry, it doesn't matter. He just ends up pile driving him and sends him to the hospital. So they want to get the neck brace from that original match with Andy, and it's a struggle and a bit of history going down with the way they go. The people that they meet, they learn a lot of history along the way. Is what I mean to say. They meet, for those that knew about the wrestling magazines, they meet Bill Apter, which is very cool to see him still as happy as ever and just still so stoked to be a part of wrestling. So it's very cool to see that. Also, they're looking for, and he's the one who has the neck brace, so we are able to get that. And they're looking for other pieces from King's debut on WWE. By the way, they get his the heart attack shirt, the one that he wore in the heart attack. They get that shirt too, and that's kind of crazy. So they go and get they want the robe and the crown from his debut when he beats up Brett, King of the Ring 93. So they go and get that. Some of that's with Jerry. Some of that's with other people that have things in storage. But, as they come together and get all these pieces, it's just very cool. This one was cool because it wasn't so much about the other episodes where it's, let's go and get this. It's dang near like they know where it kind of is, or they don't have to go searching too far and wide for it. Meanwhile, we're finding out so much about this Memphis wrestling, and it's so cool to see all this stuff. I mean, when they go on the Tonight Show and they kayfabe fucking David Letterman and they slap Andy outside of out of his chair. Andy was doing stuff on SNL, man, that was still like, whoa, this dude's real. What are you doing, dude? So for Andy to pull this off on David Letterman with Jerry the King Lawler, who isn't, it's not sports entertainment, people. It's 1982. Hogan isn't even in fucking WWF yet. You know what I mean? Hulkamania is still not even a thing. So for this to happen years before that, a year or two before that, that's amazing. That's cool. And that's why I love this episode. Seeing Undertaker is fucking amazing. Mankind, super positive. Always love his vibe. But god damn it, the history and all the people that are involved. Jimmy Hart, Andy Kaufman, Jerry the King Lawler, all the others, Bret Hart, just all the things that they put together in this piece. Very good episode. I really liked it. Let me know what you guys think about it, man. We'll talk about it in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, and if you like what you're watching, then hop in the coffin. Follow us on social media at Coffin Radio. Coffin is spelled with a K. And that's all for today. Wrestling.
ASMR Coffin Radio.